There are so many Master of Social Work programs available to choose from. And so in this video, we are going to be looking at some of the factors to consider as you start the process of applying to programs. We're going to talk about the 8 questions to ask yourself before you apply to your MSW programs. Question number 1 is, what type of MSW program do you qualify for? Each MSW applicant is going to qualify for one of 2 tracks, and whichever track you qualify for is going to limit the programs that you apply to. If you have a Bachelor of Social Work degree, then you qualify for the Advanced Standing Master of Social Work track. If you have any other degree, you're going to apply to the 2-year regular track MSW program. Not every school offers both the advanced standing and regular track programs, so you'll have to do some research to figure out which schools you qualify for and which ones offer the programs that you need to apply to. You also can't apply to the one that you don't qualify for. So if you have a BSW, you can only apply to the advanced standing program. You can't increase your chances by applying to both advanced standing and the regular track program. Next, you're going to want to make sure that the program that you are applying to is accredited. It's very important that your program is accredited with a regulatory body, because when it comes to licensing and getting registered as a social worker, you need to have a degree that is recognized by the college or licensing board that you're going to be going through. I'll add some resources for how to find accredited programs in the description below. The next question to ask yourself is, are you willing to move for an MSW program? If you're willing to move, the sky is really the limit for the programs that you can apply to. And if not, you are going to be limited by whichever programs are available in your area or possibly online programs. Personally, I knew that I didn't want to move from my current city to attend an MSW, so I applied to the few local programs in my area and then a few online programs as well. The next question is, what is your learning style and what kind of experience do you want to have in your MSW program? There's definitely a lot more online programs, especially post 2020. We're definitely seeing more options for online MSW programs. And like I said, they're great because they can give you more options and they allow you to stay in your current area. For some people, attending an online program and the flexibility that it offers might be a really positive thing. And for others, they might get more of a benefit from being face-to-face, in person, having discussions, and connecting with their cohort. Another question to ask yourself is, what social work approach or theories are you interested in? Many schools offer a generalist lens, so they don't take like a specific approach that informs the education that they offer. And some schools do have a certain lens that really informs the education that they provide to their students. For example, some schools might have a structural approach where they are looking at the person in their environment, and that is really what informs the education that they offer. Some other schools might have more of like a clinical approach. Some really work from like an anti-oppressive practice model. And so I would really look at the mission of the school and see which ones align with your own values and ideologies. The next question you should ask yourself is, what opportunities are you looking for in an MSW program? I think this is really important to think about when schools ask in the personal statement, why are you interested in this school? They want to hear about what specifically appeals to you about the program. And for example, some people might choose a school because it's located in a strategic area where they're going to be able to build connections and get placement experiences that align with their areas of interest. Other applicants might be very research oriented, and so they want to pursue an MSW that has a thesis option because that's going to help them later on when they are in the process of applying to PhD programs. Next, you want to consider the courses and specializations that the school offers. Do they have any streams that are aligned with your area of interest? Say you're interested in working with families. Does the school offer a stream dedicated to children and families, which includes specialized courses or maybe placement experiences that would allow you to gain experience in those areas? Some schools might also offer more of a macro level lens, and other schools might have more of a micro or clinical level lens. So you can really use some of those specializations and offerings to tailor your education, which is great because social work is so broad. And so by getting some additional education in your area of interest, it can really help you when you start the job search down the road. Now, the one thing I want to clarify is that at the end of the day, an MSW is an MSW. So if you have interests in a specific area, you don't necessarily have to do a specialization in that area. You are still going to qualify because you have an MSW degree, and those specializations and courses can really help you meet your specific goals, but they're not necessarily a prerequisite to getting hired in a certain role either. So I wouldn't necessarily limit yourself based on the courses and specializations offered. And you can still put your ring in the hat for other applications and, not leave all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. The last question to ask yourself is, do you have the degree requirements needed to apply to that program? Some schools may have specific prerequisites, a GPA, a certain level of experience that's needed to apply. So I would make sure to look at the actual application requirements and make sure that you meet the standards that they're looking for. When it comes to choosing an MSW program to apply to or eventually attend, I think the decision of which ones are best for you is a highly personal decision, and it's going to be based on a lot of different factors. Do you want to be online or in person? Is there specific specializations or career goals that you have? What path is the most likely to help you meet those goals? So if you are applying to your MSW, or if you have recently applied, let us know in the comments what factors were most important to you and what made you decide to go to the program that you attended.